Do you know Sawahlunto City in Indonesia? Before I tell you all about Sawahlunto City, don't forget to click subscribe to support me in my YouTube channel, Maulana Relaxing Official. Thank you. Sawahlunto is a small town in West Sumatra which is about 95 kilometers from the city of Padang. Before being known as a tourist destination, Sawahlunto was known as a mining town. After the coal mining was closed, this city had become a dead city. Sawahlunto then transformed into a tourist city with the characteristics of historical heritage from the colonial era. Especially in those days it became a mining city and natural tourism that was no less charming. Ombilin Mine Museum is one of the tourist destinations in Sawahlunto. This museum is a sign that Sawahlunto has ever triumphed in the mining sector. Visiting this tourist attraction in Sawahlunto, we can find out the beginnings of coal mining in Sawahlunto until when that era ends. In this historical tourist attraction, Sawahlunto is also stored mining equipment that was used during the colonial period. Mining activities in Sawahlunto started in 1891 and stopped in the 1970s due to decreased production. The Ombilin Mining Museum building also has links to Indonesian history. Because, before changing its function to a museum, the building was the resting house of the second President of the Republic of Indonesia Soeharto. Sawahlunto is designated by UNESCO as a World Cultural Heritage Site under the name Ombilin Coal Mining Heritage of Sawahlunto. The designation as a cultural heritage site is what invites not only tourists, but researchers to come to Sawahlunto. Because, besides being able to enjoy the famous natural scenery of Sawahlunto, tourists can also learn about the history of the oldest mining city in Southeast Asia. One of the tourist attractions in Sawahlunto which is full of historical values from the heyday of Indonesian mining is the Ombilin coal mining area. In this Sawahlunto tourist destination, you can go around seeing various relics such as, Railway Museum, Coal Mining Museum, ration buildings to legendary old locomotives that were often used during mining activities called Macadam. One of the famous tourist lakes of Sawahlunto is Blue Lake. The view of this tourist spot in Sawahlunto is very beautiful and has a characteristic form of blue and clear water. This is also supported by mountains and green hills that surround the lake. Sawahlunto has a number of mining infrastructure legacies which in its time were used to support mining activities. One of them is the Kalam Hole, which is a 1-kilometer long railway tunnel. This tunnel passage is no longer in use and is often a tourist destination in Sawahlunto, especially for those of you who like to take photos of historical objects. Another Dutch heritage Sawahlunto tour is the Santa Barbara Church. This church was built in the Dutch colonial era for the purposes of worshipping the Dutch at that time. Today, the church is still used by Sawahlunto Catholics to worship. Apart from the previously mentioned tours, Sawahlunto also has two very beautiful peaks, namely Semeru Peak and Poland Peak. In addition, there is also a Runcang Rock Peak. Do you interesting to join journey here? Come on, welcome to Sawahlunto City and have a nice journey. Thank you.